Alright guys, welcome back to my review of this week's WWE Monday Night Raw for October 8th, 2012. And this show had some entertaining stuff. They were trying to boost the ratings back up, so they had Vince come out, they had Cena come out, because the ratings were so low last week. So I kind of expected more from this show. The end was entertaining, the opening was entertaining, there were some good matches, but I got bored in the middle of this. That Larry King stuff was shit. That was just horrible. Completely pointless and just really boring. So anyway, they start the show with Cena coming out, and I just felt horrible for this guy. I mean, he's got his arm in a brace. He's got to show up because the ratings were so bad last week. I don't know if it was all Cena, football, and who knows what else could have happened. It could have been a coincidence. But I don't know, I think Cena not being on the show definitely does have some effect on the ratings. And it's horrible for Cena because the guy can't even take a week off. He's got this surgery on his elbow, and instead of being able to go home and rest and heal up, he's got to travel and make all these towns. Just because the company has to have him out there. I mean, this rating was horrible. I'm sure it really bothered Vince, and so to answer this, they're going to have Cena come out there no matter what, and they're going to have Vince out there to work a match. I mean, my God, that was sad to watch. But anyway, Cena comes out. He's got the arm in a brace. JBL, Jim Ross, and Michael Cole are on commentary, and well, Jim Ross is on commentary for the beginning of the show and the end of the show. During the middle, he kind of disappears to go talk to Vince, even though he only talks to him for like 3 minutes. But he's still gone for a lot of the show. So we do get JBL and Cole on commentary, though. And Cena's talking about the angles, the stuff he saw on Raw while he was at home. Team Hell No. He talks about Cesaro's nipples being large, which they are very large. He talks about the Divas. He asks AJ out on a date. He says Arnold Schwarzenegger is the social media ambassador for tonight's show. Cena says that Punk stole the voice of the WWE and is still refusing to face him at Hell in a Cell. He says it doesn't matter how long Punk holds the belt if people don't want to watch. I guess referring to the ratings last week. And he tells Punk to accept the match again. As he's leaving, Ryback comes out. They pass each other on the ramp, stare at each other, nothing happens. And then we get Ryback versus Primo and Epico. And this wasn't a bad match. He wrestles them both at the same time. He hits a double shell shocked, gets the win. This was actually a pretty good reaction for Ryback, though. When they were getting the heat on him, the people were chanting, "Feed me more." So it was definitely a positive reaction for Ryback tonight. Brodus Clay versus R-Truth, but not really. They're supposed to have a match. Commentary was amazing here. I think Cole mentioned something about the dancers, something about Flash Funk, which was awesome, and JBL calls them the Funkadelics. But Truth cuts a promo about little Jimmy going through puberty. He says that they can fight anytime, but tonight little Jimmy wants to dance. This is going to help ratings. So Brodus and R-Truth dance in the ring. Vince comes on the screen and he says that they need to dance their asses out of the ring. He doesn't say asses, but he tells them to dance away because it's time for his address. So Vince comes out. He says that there's a lot of crap in the WWE, but it all has its place and they bring you the best action. He says we have the best athletes. And then, of course, this causes CM Punk to come out. Vince says that he's not a CM Punk guy. And Punk threatens to quit again. He says he's tired of being disrespected. Vince has been slapping him in the face for years. And then he bitch slaps Vince McMahon in the face. Oh, man, I did not see this coming. This was pretty awesome. He just slaps the crap out of Vince here. As he's leaving with Heyman, Vince challenges him to a fight later tonight. And then it shows the commentary team and JBL, is all smiles here. He's very happy about this. I guess he's happy someone slapped Vince. Oh man, but it was good. Then we get the Primetime Playas versus Ray and Sin Cara. Mysterio hits a 619 and splash on Darren Young for the win. They advance to the finals. Heyman tells Punk that they can only lose in this situation. And Punk says he's not going to kill, or he's not going, he says he's going to kill Vince, and Heyman says Vince will only obsess over this, making their lives miserable. He's just going to try and destroy them if he goes through with this match, and Punk tells him not to worry. Then we get Sheamus versus Wade Barrett. They lock up, and then the Big Show's music hits, and he comes out. And I'm thinking, oh man, they're not going to do this match. I was looking forward to watching this one because Barrett hasn't really done a lot lately. And he could really use this something with Sheamus. Anything with squashing more jobbers. But Big Show comes out just to watch. They actually have the match. It was very good. The finish is Tensai comes out and attacks Sheamus from behind. So Tensai and Barrett beat up Sheamus. He bro kicks Tensai, tosses Barrett out. Big Show gets in the ring. Sheamus tries to bro kick him, and Big Show grabs his leg and just flips him over the rope. And Sheamus lands and hits the back of his head. I was thinking he might have just got a concussion here. I don't know. He may have one. It's 3 weeks till Hell in a Cell, so he should be able to heal up in time for the pay-per-view. But, oh man, that was a nasty bump he took. Punk goes to see AJ. She asks if he's afraid of facing Mr. McMahon. He says that he's not afraid, but he wanted to help her save her job because what he's going to do to Vince is on her head now. Antonio Cesaro versus Tyson Kidd. They play this little video of Antonio Cesaro ordering American food. He finds it disgusting. But this was a good match. He hits the very European uppercut and the neutralizer for the win. Dolph and Alberto Del Rio versus Team Hell No. What happened to Alberto Del Rio's pyro curtain? When he would come out, it would have that big golden curtain when he would do his thing that would always come down behind him. And now he has no pyro, and I don't remember the last time I saw him have pyro. But JBL is constantly putting Vince over on commentary here. He's actually doing it the entire night, talking about how Vince McMahon took down Ted Turner. He's not afraid of anything, but he keeps going back to this Ted Turner line. He says other stuff like he took down Stone Cold, but he keeps going back to Ted Turner the entire night. Del Rio was very aggressive in this match. The heels work over Daniel Bryan for a long time, very long time. Bryan hits Dolph in the head with a kick. Kane tags himself in, chokeslams Dolph for the win. They argue some more after. So JR finally finds Vince McMahon, and he tells Vince that he has no reason to go against Punk. He's reminded about what happened to Jerry Lawler, and Vince asked JR to call his match tonight. He mentions the appreciation night that happened after Raw, where Vince came out and said JR was his friend. None of this took place on the show. All we saw was JR get humiliated. I think a lot of people were pissed off about that, which is why they're mentioning this tonight. That, oh, we did do something for him after the show. And I think they may have put something on the website about it. But anyways, JR says he'll call his match, and Vince makes JR say his catchphrases, McMahon, McMahon, McMahon. And he just makes him go through his whole thing. It's a slobber knocker, barn burner, and everything. And Vince tells JR it doesn't matter what he thinks. And then we get Larry King Now with The Miz. Oh God, this segment here. So The Miz comes out, it's his birthday, he wants Larry King, he wants all the fans to sing happy birthday to him. Larry King is just reading cue cards this entire time. It looked horrible. He's reading everything. But anyways, he brings out Kofi Kingston, Miz insults them. This was actually pretty awesome. Larry King's wife throws water in his face, and then Kofi throws Miz off the ramp. Santino and Zack Ryder versus Rhodes Scholars. They do this mini video promo by the Rhodes Scholars. I thought that was great stuff. Cody's eye is jacked up too. I don't know if it's from a house show or what, but his eye was definitely messed up here. Cody hits Santino with the kick for the win. Rhodes Scholars advance. They're going to face Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara next week. to see who's going to face Team Hell No at Hell in a Cell. However, after the match, Heath Slater, Drew McIntyre, and Jinder Mahal run out and beat up Santino. I guess it's TV time. That's better than nothing. But I don't know. They just run out there and they start kicking Santino. They're supposed to be a band. They go 1, 2, 3, and then they attack him, and they're doing these horrible dance moves. It was just very awkward. And Heath Slater is so Budnick from Salute Your Shorts. Actually, Budnick was about 1,000,000 times cooler than Heath Slater, so I can't really say that. But anyway, Heyman tells Vince that he wants peace between Vince and Punk. He didn't know Punk was going to slap him. Vince says Heyman's been poisoning Punk's mind for years. Heyman says Punk will do to Vince what Brock did to his son-in-law. Eve versus Caitlyn for the Divas title. Layla's on commentary for this. Eve attacks the injured ankle. She makes Caitlyn tap to the ankle lock and refuses to break the hold, so Layla runs in the ring and pushes Eve. That was it, really. Josh Matthews tells Alberto Del Rio that Orton sent a tweet that he will be on SmackDown. I guess trying to get some viewers to tune in for that. And then we get some more Larry King. Larry King and his wife are talking to Daniel Bryan. He says that Larry King looks like an owl, and then he hits on his wife while twirling his mustache. His wife calls Daniel Bryan a troll. Kane comes up. They start arguing. Daniel Bryan says it looks like someone slapped Kane in the face with a fruit roll-up. I think I've actually referred to Kane's mask as a fruit roll-up on one of my older videos, really old. So I really like that line. And then Daniel Bryan says, "Look what you did. You scared away Larry King." And Kane says, "That was Larry King? I thought that was Skeletor." Which means Kane watches He-Man. So that was awesome. Heyman tells Punk that Vince will make their lives hell unless Punk kills him, basically. He's got to murder Vince McMahon. So we get the main event. Vince comes out for the match. Punk attacks him from behind. Vince's eye and ear get cut open in this match. I felt so bad for Vince McMahon having to go out here and do this just for ratings. Probably did pop a rating for this, though. Vince throws Punk over the announce table. He grabs a mic and says he's going to teach him about respect. And then he dives over the announce table and starts beating up Punk with the microphone. Oh my God, just seeing him fly through the air like that. It was great. McMahon grabs a Singapore cane from under the ring. He goes to attack Punk, but Punk runs. Vince punches Paul Heyman, takes the title. He holds it hostage with the cane to try and lure Punk back into the ring. Punk grabs a cane from under the ring. They cane each other, but Vince gets the upper hand, and then Punk low blows him. He canes Vince with both sticks. He's about to hit the GTS, and then feed me. Ryback comes down to the ring. Punk runs, and then Cena comes out and throws Punk back in. Of course, he's injured. He can't do anything else. So he throws Punk back into the ring, and Ryback clotheslines him, picks him up for shell shocked, but Punk escapes through the crowd. And that was it. Vince grabs the microphone and says that Punk can either face Cena or Ryback at Hell in a Cell. It's going to be his decision. And if Punk refuses to choose one of these guys, Vince is going to choose. I still think Punk is going to end up facing Cena. I know a lot of people think that they're going to use Ryback in order to take Cena off of the Hell in a Cell show. But I think that is going to be death for that pay-per-view. As much, I think it would be entertaining to see Ryback and CM Punk right now. But I still think it's too early for Ryback. And if you're going to charge people $45 or $50, whatever it is for this pay-per-view, I don't see them buying it for Ryback versus CM Punk. I just don't see it happening. And I think that's going to kill the show. Plus, Cena already guaranteed that even if he is injured and his arm is still messed up, he guarantees he will be at Hell in a Cell fighting. And therefore, I think they're just using this Ryback angle as a way to make Punk accept the match with Cena. I don't think it's going to be Ryback versus Punk. I think it's going to be Punk versus Cena, but they're using this to get him into the Cell match. So that's what I think is going on here. So anyway, that was the end of the show. And it had some interesting stuff with McMahon at the end, but it was also just kind of goofy. But it was entertaining, so I can't really complain too much about the end. It was still the best thing on the show, was the Punk McMahon stuff. Everything else was alright. The tag match with Team Hell No, it was decent, but it lasted a really long time. They got the heat on Daniel Bryan for way too long, in my opinion, which kind of killed it. And then you had, the wacky crap like Brodus and Truth dancing. So I was kind of bored in the middle of this show. Not to mention, when Punk slapped Vince McMahon in the face, they recapped that 10 times. I can't remember exactly, but oh my god, I fast forwarded through that segment so many times. Just thank God for a DVR. I couldn't imagine. I just can't imagine watching this show without one. With the commercials and the recaps, because it was cool to see Punk slap Vince McMahon, but I didn't need to see it over and over again the entire night. So yes, this show was kind of average to me. I expected a lot more for them, bringing Vince out. I do not want to see Vince McMahon in a match. It's, oh god, especially after this. I just feel sorry for him. But I have to give Vince McMahon credit. He's a rich guy, and he doesn't have to do crap like this. He doesn't have to go out there and put his body on the line at his age. But damn it, he'll do it. And I have to respect him for that. But I'm curious to see what the ratings are going to do for this. I'd like to see the ratings breakdown segment by segment for this week. So anyway, that's my review of this week's Monday Night Raw. Hope you guys liked this video. Leave your thoughts on this week's show in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Bye. Alright guys, welcome back to my review of this week's WWE Monday Night Raw for October 8th, 2012. And this show had some entertaining stuff. They were trying to boost the ratings back up, so they had Vince come out, they had Cena come out, because the ratings were so low last week. So I kind of expected more from the show. The end was entertaining, the opening was entertaining, there were some good matches, but I got bored in the middle of this. That Larry King stuff was shit. That was just horrible. Completely pointless and just really boring. So anyway, they start the show with Cena coming out, and I just felt horrible for this guy. He's got his arm in a brace. He's got to show up because the ratings were so bad last week. I don't know if it was all Cena, football, and who knows what else could have happened. It could have been a coincidence, but I don't know. I think Cena not being on the show definitely has to have him out there. This rating was horrible. I'm sure it really bothered Vince. And so, to answer this, they're going to have Cena come out there no matter what. And they're going to have Vince out there to work a match. My God, that was... It does have some effect on the ratings. And it's horrible for Cena because the guy can't even take a week off. He's got this surgery on his elbow. And instead of being able to go home and rest and heal up, he's got to travel and make all these towns. Just because the company